Okay, I have literally been trying to figure out the best angle, and I think this is probably the best angle for now. So, hey everyone, I'm back, and today I'm going to be making a puppet or voodoo doll for success in school. My semester is starting, my second semester of university is starting tomorrow, and my grades for my first semester were really good. I'm really happy and I'm really proud of myself. I put in a lot of hard work and it definitely paid off. And I also put in a lot of magical work. I've made myself a honey jar for concentration and relaxation during the exam period. If you want a video of this, let me know down below. It was really helpful. At the moment, this is not charged anymore. I need to leave it under a full moon to recharge it. It's got crystals, various herbs, and honey, sugar, and a lot of different spices in there. But for today, we are going to be making a voodoo doll out of plasticine clay. So I've got red. Traditionally, you would kind of want to have orange because that's more associated with prosperity and wealth. But red is also a really good color because that is associated with determination and hard work, as well as love, but determination and hard work. And that's basically what you want for your schoolwork. So as well as clay, I have orange string, which we are going to be wrapping around the voodoo doll. Lemongrass. I've written down everything. So lemongrass is for clear sight and making the right decisions. We also have various oils. So I have in front of me patchouli, which is ruled by Saturn, so that is for prosperity. I have lavender for concentration. I have vetiver oil. This is an amazing oil if you have anxiety or if school makes you very nervous or anxious, or you get distracted and you're kind of away daydreaming a lot of time during school. This is an amazing oil for grounding yourself, being content and being in the moment. So vetiver oil, and orange oil for prosperity. And I also have a mixture of orange, lemon, and lavender. That's a relaxation and grounding kind of prosperity based oil. I have cinnamon, a cinnamon stick, and ground cinnamon. I have a tiny bit of ginger. This is going to speed up the whole process, and it's also going to act as an energetic stimulation. Speaking of stimulation, I also have coffee. Oh, and I'm spilling the coffee. Coffee is an amazing energetic stimulant. It's also a physical stimulant, but a lot of people don't know that coffee has amazing magical energetic stimulation. I have a tiny bit of ginger because ginger is extremely strong, and it's definitely one of the few herbs that I wouldn't mess around with. I also have mint, which is for business and legal decisions. Since this is a school kind of voodoo doll, it's just going to be for making the right decisions regarding your school. I have Bacopa Manieri, which is also called Brahmi. This is an amazing Ayurvedic herb that has been used for thousands of years in India for improving memory during schooling and throughout life. But it has amazing scientifically proven aspects in regarding to oxidizing your brain. I wrote an essay on it last semester. Yeah, don't I can't remember the scientific things, but I wrote an essay on it, and yeah, so it's amazing for memory improvement. Also, salt for protection of yourself, your voodoo doll, to make the correct decisions. So let's get started. I'm wearing gloves because I have long nails and I don't like getting plasticine. Also, I completely forgot. I have citrine. a tiny little citrine crystal. This is half a crystal. The other half is in the honey jar for concentration that I showed you guys earlier. So this is citrine crystal. Also, I have a knife because we are going to be cutting ourselves open. So for any kind of business, money, schooling, spell, there's no easy way. That's like, magic is helpful, but you can't just rely on magic. You can't just never study and be like, oh, I'm getting 99% on my exam. That's not how it works. You're going to have to put in the hard work, and this is specifically for helping you concentrate, helping you make the right decisions. When the weekend comes, it's going to help you stay at home and study instead of going out and getting drunk. So it's not going to just magically give you 99% on your exam. That's not how it works. So you're going to have a magical link. So you know that saying, blood, sweat, and tears? So the magical link is either going to be your blood, your sweat, or your tears. I've never worked with tears in my magic before. I can't say that I collect my tears. I've never worked with sweat either. Blood is really easy. You just poke one of your fingers, unless you're like me and it's quite hard to get the blood out. So I'm rolling the head. My voodoo dolls, I'm not very artistically gifted, so it's not really about accuracy, and you guys are going to see how terrible it is, but it's all about your intention and what you're working with. So this is the head, my head. Maybe I want to make it a bit bigger, because I've got all this. Yeah, I'm going to make it bigger. So yeah, this is going to help relax you, concentrate your mind, ground yourself, attract prosperous energy, attract right decision-making skills toward you. It's not going to attract actual intellect toward you, because that is unrealistic and foolish to think that you're just going to get by without putting in hard work. This is going to help you make the hard work, if that makes sense. So, the head, my head. Usually I like to cut a little piece of my hair and put it on top of my head. I don't think I'll do that today. I've been cutting too much of my hair for my other spells. Get this out of the way. Now for the body. Probably use this as the body. Can be any size you want, because we are working with quite a bit of herbs, oils, plants, and material. Say around the size of your hand would be a good kind of measurement in terms of size. I wish I had like a rolling pin or something. I should have got that. So yeah, I don't know how to edit my videos, so just going to have to skip through this and listen to me and watch me struggle. Do you like the setup compared to my meditation room? This is just like my desk where I go on my computer and stuff. Also, oh, maybe I'll play that. This video might be too long and it might get copyrighted, but when I'm doing this, I like to listen to the mantra of Saraswati, who is the Hindu goddess of education. I have worked a lot with her since I've started university, and she's associated with intellect, especially with scientific intellect. So if you're not naturally good with science like me, but you find yourself studying a degree that is very science-based, I highly recommend doing the Saraswati mantra. It's a really easy mantra. All you have to do is type in, I think it's mantra for studying Saraswati. I'll leave a link down in the description below. So the mantra is literally just Om Shrim Him Saraswataye Namaha, Om Shrim Him Saraswataye Namaha, Om Shrim Him Saraswataye Namaha. So you might want to say that as you do this ritual. Or you might just want to play it. Let's play it. Got my phone here. Do you think it'll get copyrighted? If a video's on YouTube, does it get copyrighted? So, Saraswati mantra. So, Saraswati mantra for exams. And then a whole bunch of videos come up. I'll put it low in case I get like, is this the one? Do you think I'll get copyrighted? Saraswati is amazing for working with exams. I do 3 rounds of Om Shrim Him Saraswati Namaha before every day of school. Just after my meditation, it's really quick and it's just really grounding. It's really relaxing. So I've got that playing in the background. Hopefully that doesn't get me in trouble. Oh my god, I'm like struggling to put this on. I'm telling you guys, it's so hard to set up a YouTube video. I really underestimated it. I literally spent 15 minutes. Oh wow, my head just came off. That'll be me by the end of the semester. I literally spent 15 minutes trying to find like a good place to film and good angles to film. Looking amazing. So as usual, you want to, this is kind of a different kind of ritual. You want to, as you're doing this, you want to be thinking and putting your intention into it. But what I like to do is actually make the voodoo doll and focus on it, and then actually do the ritual after, and then manifest with it from there. So here we have the finished product. I'm going to have to glue my head in because it's kind of an important aspect. Perfect. I'm going to turn that off now. So this is the doll. Now, here's the exciting part. Adding the oils and herbs. So I'm going to start, what should I start with? It doesn't really matter what you start with, but we are working kind of with body parts and chakras. So I'm going to start with vetiver oil first. With vetiver oil, you always want to put this, it's a very strong oil, so I'm just going to put one little drop on, I like to put it on my temples. And then on your feet to remain grounded, relaxed, and concentrated throughout the semester. It has such a strong smell. It kind of smells like a swamp man that hasn't had a shower in 2 centuries, but you strangely grow to love it. Lavender oil for concentration. Once again, we're going to be working with the head. So I'm going to put that the top of my head, the ori, and around the third eye area, the eyes, because you look with your eyes unless you're blind. Orange, we're going to be putting that on the heart chakra. I love the smell of oil so much. Oh. And then patchouli, going to put that on the heart chakra as well. So if you don't know what the heart chakra is, it's literally just around your heart. Kind of self-explanatory. Just rub it in there. Put your intention. As you're doing it, why did you do this? I put the vetiver to remain grounded. I put the lavender to remain concentrated. I put orange oil to attract prosperity. I put patchouli to attract prosperity and the energy of Saturn. Going to put some coffee. I'm going to put the coffee on my head. So I'm going to detach the head, flatten it just slightly, put the coffee in the middle. You only want a little bit, so look how little that is. So these are little coffee beans, and you're just going to fold in so the coffee's surrounded by the lavender. All that smell from the vetiver, the lavender oil, it's all going in there. Rub that in. Perfect. Now for memory, remember the Brahmi. So once again, I'm going to flatten it and put the Brahmi in to improve my memory. I put the coffee in to remain stimulated and motivated, and I'm putting Brahmi in for an improved memory. Flatten it, then roll the head once again. So I like to put 2 rounds of the oil, one before I add the herbs and spices, and then one after. That's just the way I like to do it. Now, cinnamon. We're working with studying, you're working a lot with your head, if you think about it. So this will mostly be around the head. Cinnamon, I might put it on the hands, so we write down the right answers. So take your arms out, detach them from the body, just a little bit of cinnamon. Look how little that is. Flatten it, roll it, get that cinnamon into you. This doll is not a doll, it's me. I love it. Attach it back to the body. The cinnamon will help me write down the correct answers during my exams, assignments, and quizzes. Put it on both sides of the arms. Flatten, roll. This video is getting long. Attach it back to the body. Now to remain protected, we're adding salt to the neck. Again, a very tiny amount. Just squeeze it in there. Leave the body off to the side. going to add mint. I would usually use a mint oil that I make, a mint essential oil that I actually make by myself. But I've run out of that, so I'm just using fresh mint. I like to smell just to get it in there. This is to help make the correct decisions regarding my schoolwork, the answers I'm giving in exams, decisions I'm making prior to exams. Roll it in there. Roll that head. Now put the head back on to the neck with the salt. What body part is that? I'm falling apart. Stabilize everything, make sure all your limbs are attached. Going to add just something to stabilize it. So now that all your oils and herbs are in there, we're going to do another round of oils just to really solidify it, get that smell in there, and get that extra intention in there. This is the doll. Another round of everything. So the patchouli for prosperity. It's quite thick. Orange, once again, for prosperity. Ooh, opposite of the patchouli, it's very liquidy. Roll it in there. Oh, I love the smell of orange. I should start drinking orange juice again. It's completely random. You're probably like, bitch, we do not care. The only thing I don't like about the essential oils is that they're oily and I hate having oily skin. Lavender, to remain concentrated. This is such, I think this is like the most important aspect of schooling. Concentration. I like to blow. Give life to my workings. And vetiver. Remember we put vetiver on the temples of the head and then the bottoms of the feet. Attach the head. Get your knife or your blood or your sweat or your tears. Just using my blood for now. I hate pain so much. Probably not the most hygienic thing. Should use like a little needle. That's what I usually use. Put your blood in there. I'm willing to work hard to achieve my goals for school. Success will come to me. because I'm willing to work hard. This doll is a tangible symbol of the aspects I will do and aim to do to achieve my schooling goals this semester. This doll is a tangible example of traits and aspects I will practice and aim to practice to achieve success this semester. Finally, we're going to get the lemongrass. Just a little tiny bit. This enables you to see clearly. Did I show this in the beginning of the video? So I'm going to put the lemongrass around my head. I always like to think of lemongrass when I'm working with using it on school kind of based spells and rituals as something that during multiple choice, you know how they always have that really wrong answer and then they have the trick answer and then they have the correct answer. I like to think that this will help me decipher what the trick answer is and what the right answer is during a multiple choice in the exam. So I'm putting that around my eye area on the head. To attract prosperity, I've got my orange string. Putting that around the body. Doesn't really matter where. I always work with a double. Oh, got a message. Hope it's my man. I always work with a double knot to really seal everything in. This attracting prosperity, but also sealing every herb, every oil, every intention in. So this is just kind of the making of it. The ritual aspect of it is meditating, putting your intention into the doll once again. I like to smell. I love working with my senses. I like to just sit there, meditate, and then I write down how I'm going to achieve my goals, what my goals are. So, for example, I want to get 80% in biology. I'm going to write down how am I going to do that realistically. So I'm going to study 2 hours every weekend. And then I'm going to write that down in little post-it notes and put that on my vision board, put it somewhere that you can see, and put this on your altar next to a white candle. Use the smoke to clear everything. And I like to put this after a few days of it being on your altar. I like to put it kind of on my bookshelf, somewhere I can see, and somewhere that I'm always going to look at it and remember why I did it, because this really just is a physical example of your initial goals, because as the semester progresses, you know, things happen and it's really easy to forget your goals, and this is just a way of your initial goals being tangible in form. So I hope you guys all liked the video. Your ritual begins now. Write down your goals that are going to happen. Always think they're going to happen. I like to write down a petition paper and place it next to my doll. I write down the petition paper on an orange texter. And yeah, let's get manifesting. Bye everyone.